Manchester United became the first ever side to win their first 6 away fixtures, having gone behind in all 6 of them. On top of that, by Sheffield United losing to United, they have had the worst start to a season in the history of top-flight English football. In a game of records, let's move on to the stats. Sheffield United had a good first 10 minutes and a good last 10 minutes, but United had everything else in between, and the scoreline shouldn't have been as close as it was. I'll be focusing on the movement of United's front line, the contribution of Pogba, and the return of the Matic-Pogba double pivot. Let's move on to the whiteboard. One of my big bugbears has been the tendency of United's front line to always go towards the ball. This allows the opposition to hold the defensive line they want and control the space between the lines. But against Sheffield United, we saw Rashford and Martial playing on the shoulder of the defensive line more and making runs in behind the defence, which is how the first 2 goals were scored. Looking at screenshots of the first goal, in recent games Lindelof has shown he's got the ability to hit good passes from the back into the final third, and it is definitely something United have integrated into their attacking game plan. As Lindelof is winding up to hit the pass, you can see that Rashford is on the shoulder of the Sheffield United defence and starting his run in behind the defensive line. You can see that Rashford has made a great run across the pitch from an inside left position. Lindelof picks him out with a great pass and Rashford finishes well. Expect to see a lot more of these runs from Lindelof's passes. I'm surprised how good a passer Lindelof has proven to be, and it seems it's something that Ollie has stumbled across. But now they know about it, United's front line are reacting to him when he's on the ball, because they know he can pick them out. Moving on to screenshots of the second goal, it's great to see Martial on the shoulder of defenders looking to make runs in behind. All too often, we see Martial dropping into these areas looking to get easy possession. Pogba plays the ball around the corner and Martial gets a bit of luck but gets the goal. I agree with Ali McCoy's in commentary that Pogba wasn't picking Martial out, but it was a well-weighted ball into a dangerous area. Tactically, United clearly targeted Sheffield United's slow defence by putting the ball in behind them, making them turn and run. For both goals, the pace and movement of Rashford and Martial was too much for the Sheffield United defenders. With that in mind, it will be interesting to see if Rashford and Martial continue to make those runs in the coming games, or will they return to dropping deep to get easy possession of the ball. Moving on to the return of Matic and Pogba as United's double pivot. When I saw can't run, won't run starting together, I thought we were in trouble, but both players played well with the ball in the first half. But all too often throughout the game, both players showed why United would have struggled against a better side. But before I do that, for all the Pogba is the greatest player of all time society, I'll get his crowning moment of the game out of the way. He pins his man and rolls him into the space, and then does his Maradona pirouette. Amazing, sensational, and another moment to go with the second half against Man City 2.5 years ago. But now I am going to go through 4 situations where he tried similar things and completely bombed out. Situation 1, Pogba receives the ball in a dangerous area of the pitch under pressure, but has a simple layoff to Wan-Bissaka on. But this is Pogba. Similar to the skill that came off, he tried to pin Ampadu and roll him into the space, but Ampadu gets his foot in and Pogba loses the ball in a dangerous area. Situation 2, Pogba has the ball again in United's defensive third, under pressure but has 2 easy passing options, but once again he tries to pin his marker and loses the ball. Situation 3, Pogba on the ball again in United's defensive third with Basham looking to press him. He tries to run the ball out, Basham puts him under pressure and Pogba gives the ball away. These 3 situations were all within a 20-second period. Situation 4, United have just gone 3-1 up and Pogba again has the ball in the defensive third with players looking to press him, but easy passing options are on. He tries to run the ball out despite still having passing options, gets dispossessed and Sheffield United end up in United's box. This type of football is low percentage, self-indulgent and puts his team in the shit, but above all, he isn't good enough to pull it off with any degree of regularity. Moving on to Pogba and Matic, and why I was worried when I saw they were starting in that double pivot. Matic hasn't got the legs to get around the pitch anymore, so he always drops deep and sometimes as far back as between Lindelof and Maguire, and Pogba lacks the tactical discipline and just goes walkabout. The result of both players' actions is they leave huge spaces in midfield, which is why United were getting destroyed on the counter-attack at the start of the season. Moving on to two situations in the game. Situation 1, Egan is about to play a forward ball to Basham, but look at Matic and how awkward his body position is. The bottom half of him is facing towards the touchline, and his top half is twisted to face the ball, so when the pass goes straight past him, he can't cut it out. This is a few phases on from that pass, and you can see that Matic and Pogba are nowhere near tight enough on Sheffield United's midfield. The ball is played to Fleck in space. From this position, because Fleck has this passing option, Matic has to hold his ground, because if he tries to press Fleck, he will just pop the ball off and Sheffield United will get in the space behind Matic. Matic does exactly what he shouldn't have done. He pressed Fleck, who just popped the ball off to the side, and Sheffield United are now in behind Matic and attacking United's back four. If Fred was in Pogba's position, I guarantee you that he smokes the pitch to get across to shut Ampadu down. But given Pogba the benefit of the doubt, these three Sheffield United players are on the blind side of Maguire, so essentially United are 3-on-2. But having held his position, Pogba has to follow the runners into the box. But Pogba stops on the edge of the area, leaving Lindelof with a 2-on-1. Ampadu slips the ball through to Burke, who gets a shot off, which Henderson saves. Pogba and Matic did nothing to protect or help United's back four defend that situation, but situation 2 is even worse. You can see how disjointed United look in this screenshot. They have 6 players against 3 Sheffield United players in 1/3 of the pitch, but look where Pogba and Matic are. Pogba is in the right back position and Matic is so deep he is behind Maguire. The result of this is United have no midfield. If Fred and McTominay were in that double pivot, they would have been in this position, ready for the ball going into midfield. McGoldrick, who had the ball in the first screenshot, played the ball to Ampadu, moved into the huge space in United's midfield, and Ampadu played him the ball back. At this point, Matic remembers he's a midfield player and rushes out. This is a 50-50 tackle, and you can see McGoldrick is on his way in. Matic shits out of the tackle, but look how far past the ball he has gone. It looks like he has gone to hold hands with Martial. Pathetic, and Pogba is still not in the picture. McGoldrick gets back to his feet, still unchallenged and in acres of space, and gets his shot off. Oh, and Pogba decides to join the game again, tiptoeing across, showing everyone how committed he is. Quite frankly, this is disgraceful midfield play. The Devil's verdict is, I just pray that Ollie played can't run won't run because of the number of games coming up. He must have thought, if they can't perform against a side who are 1 game away from the worst ever start to a top flight season, we all may as well pack up and finish. With the games United have coming up, the standard needs to crank up, because if it doesn't, they could be back to mid-table in no time. But if they do have a good Christmas period, they could be second going into the new year. Predictions for the Leeds game is, I think it will end 1-1. Leeds had a great result against Newcastle, and United are still unconvincing at home. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the analysis and how you thought the game went. Do you agree with my assessment of Matic and Pogba? Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.